Hello, gorgeous. I'm Kim Becker, and I am here with my friend, Natalie. And we're here to tell you about this amazing partnership that we started. So for those of you that don't know, my late husband and I started Hello Gorgeous 17 years ago, and we work really hard to make sure that we support women during her cancer journey, whatever that may be, whether she needs emotional support, physical support, spiritual support. That's what we want to be able to do. And we've had the great fortune of being able to work with Natalie for a long time. And so I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about her product.
Hello, everyone. I'm Natalie, co-founder of KPS Essentials, which stands for Kind, Pure, Smart. We basically manufacture organic skincare. It is food grade. It is bioavailable. It's all about performance. It's bringing you the nutrition so that your skin can be the healthiest that it can be. And I am thrilled to be here today with you, Kim.
I'm excited for you to be here too. So, people don't know. I always say they don't know what they don't know. And
Sure.
so our relationship stems back like 6 years, I think, was the first time, because I think I met you shortly after Michael passed away. And I think it's been like 6 years in November that we actually met. So that would have been 2017.
Yes.
And you guys, how long had you been in existence in 2017?
We had just launched in 2016.
So newer.
Yeah.
And so you guys came and we kind of talked a little bit about what you were doing and what we were doing as far as women with cancer. And we saw this amazing connection and a ground for a partnership, which has been 6 years in the making. And so it's been amazing. We love your product. I don't recommend anything to anybody else who's going through cancer. It's funny. I always say to you all the time, if you knew how many times during the day we talked about you, you probably wouldn't be surprised. But, we're always like, KPS is our go-to product for anything, whether you have a scratch, whether it's a burn, whether it's a scar, whatever it is, because we know that it's giving the skin exactly what it needs. But more importantly for me, it's, what I worry about is that when a woman is battling cancer, everything changes. Her skin tone changes, her body chemistry changes. And so what I worry about a lot of times is reactions. Is she going to have a reaction to a product that we're using? I never worry about with KPS, never. Everything that we put on our skin is very calming. It's nourishing. The other thing that I love about your product when we get done using it is that it's very dewy. That's the only way that I can describe it. It's very dewy feeling. It's not greasy. It's not, some of the products we've used, it's been greasy, oily. Some of the skincare products we've used in the past, it even makes them feel very dry. Like, the skin feels worse than what it did when we started.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I never have to worry about your product. Like, your product is the one that I would without a doubt use on any woman battling cancer. And what I love, and I tell the story all the time, is one of the first times I met you was that we were at a seminar that you were giving, and you made brownies from the stuff from the cacao mask, and the punch was, the probiotic toner without the witch hazel in it. And so the fact that it's food grade, the products that you put in there, gives me confidence that as I serve these women, I know that they're getting the best skincare that they can possibly get. And it's going to be the absolute, and I don't worry about sending it home with them because I know it's exactly what they need.
Yeah, and that was so fun. The night before, we hosted that event, I literally went into the lab, grabbed those ingredients out of the lab, which we make our products with, to make the food, for the event, which is what I love to do because we can do that. And that's how pure our products are. And everything we do is as close to the earth as possible, because guess what? Mother Nature provides our bodies exactly what it needs. We just have to recognize the tools that are here for us and put them into play, because our bodies heal themselves. That's exactly how they were designed. We just have to continue to feed the nourishment that our bodies need to do what it's designed to do. It's that simple. And sadly, when you're going through chemo, your body is horribly depleted from hydration and nutrition and all the things. And that's where we bring the skin back into homeostasis, which is that balance that chemo throws the body out of, right?
Right. Exactly. And like I said, it's even just the sensitivities, but it's not even that it's good for the skin. It repairs the skin. And so, I want to tell a little bit about those testimonies. I'm going to start with me. And so, I was diagnosed with cancer 4 years ago and had to have a surgery done where they removed 14 inches of my colon and, I had a scar on my tummy about that long. And, I contacted you right away, and what can I put on it? And I said, well, I remember my son. I said, look, if I have to go through this, I'm going to be a testimonial for Natalie. And so I remember having my son take a picture of my tummy where my scar was. And then it was probably about a year later, my sister Trisha and I were in the office, and I'm like, okay, it's probably been, long enough. And I did exactly what you told me to do, use the Renew cream, did the massage techniques like I was supposed to. And
Right.
we were standing in the office, and I said, okay, it's time to take the after picture. And I pulled my shirt up, and my sister said, well, where is it? And I said, right, that's the exact point of this. And so that has been amazing, especially with, we've got some amazing stories. I mean, that was under my shirt, right? But I was still conscientious of it because I had to look at it, right? It didn't
Sure.
matter whether anybody else
Yeah.
had to see it, but some of the stories that you have, like the one of Tiffany, that this was on her face. And so like, that's why your product has been, I mean, you did us an amazing favor when we connected the two of you, and, all that she had been through. And so tell that story a little bit about Tiffany and what she went through, and how your product was amazing, and even her feeling more confident because of what it repaired.
And this is the reason I love so much working with you, because we get the opportunity to touch these women's lives and make them better when they are going through such a difficult challenge in life. So Tiffany she had 2 different types of cancers. She had melanoma and something else. Do you remember the other
I
type
think
of?
it was like a blood. I thought it was like a
Yes, well, it
like
was
a
lymphoma.
lymphoma. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So sadly, from the melanoma, she had to have her entire nose removed, and they had to put a prosthetic, replace her nose with prosthetic, which it was horrible because, they had to sew all the way around. And so not only did she have a scar, but she also had inflammation. And, when they sew, sometimes the stitching isn't perfect, and it's on your face. And she's a gorgeous woman, beautiful inside and out. And she also had this, horrific, scar all the way through here. So it was so exciting for me to look at her and say, okay, this is one of the biggest challenges we face, but I know that we can do this together because of, again, the nutritional value and the bioavailability in her products to help nourish her skin. And so my goal was to get it to the point where she didn't have to have another surgery to correct, these deep scars on her face. And so luckily she lived close enough. She could drive here every week and get treatments from me. And I was so happy to, volunteer my time to do this for her. And we started to see results, and it was remarkable. And I feel like we got her to the point where she started to feel normal again. Like, people weren't staring at her when she goes to the grocery store. She felt like she was back in her skin, and she was back, like she had that energy and that vibe about her that's so beautiful. And she actually told us, we've got it on video, how we literally changed her life. And if it wasn't for you doing what you do, giving your heart and soul to these women, Kim, you and I wouldn't be sitting here. And it's such a pleasure to work with you and all these women, because, at the end of the day, being able to give back is truly why we are doing what we're doing. Why else would we do this?
I know.
I mean,
well,
that's a gift.
And that's what I love. I mean, you've been so generous with us. Like I said, what I love is the opportunity to be able to meet these women wherever they are, and then be able to, I'm very proud to be able to say, this is the skincare that we use. This is this is the only skincare that we use. And I'm very excited to give it to you so that you can use it as well. And so that's, I mean, but that's just it. But it's stories like Tiffany's, it's stories like mine. We had a woman, I called you last week actually to tell you about a woman that we had through Kim's Closet. That went through chemo and started to lose her hair, and then stopped chemo because she didn't want to lose her hair, but then chose not to wash her hair because she thought if she didn't wash her hair that it would stop the hair from falling out. Right. And she just kind of had a hair mat, and we were able to go through, and she let us gently shave her head. But what was underneath it there was almost like a cradle cap. And so, Trisha's the one that went through and she pulled the scrub out. Does that have cherry pits in it? Am I correct? Yes.
Yeah.
And so she pulled the scrub out and used that just gently on her scalp.
Great. Good
And then,
idea.
that removed a lot of it. And then we were able just to get, a lot of renew on there. And even we did the aromatherapy cleansing oil first so that would,
Great.
help to cleanse the scalp, and then do
Yeah.
the scrub with the cherry pits in it. And then did the renew oil or the renew cream on top of that to just heal everything. And we knew just what you said, we were helping to balance her where she was, but there was
Yeah.
never a question of what do I use? We knew exactly what we needed to do. And it was KPS.
I love it. I love that you felt confident enough to go off protocol and just to add that nourishment to her scalp, because think about all the fomites, the bugs, the bacteria that gets matted in, with the hair follicle. It's so damaging. You guys did the right thing. And I'm so happy that you were able to help Tracy, and imagine how happy, like that picture that you sent me was worth $1 million. Like that face, that glow, that vibrance to her. It was like, oh, that was amazing. So priceless. And one thing I really want to point out, because here we are sitting in October and it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but I want to point out the fact that you help women with all types of cancer. It is not just about breast cancer. It doesn't matter what type of cancer women are dealing with. You are there to help them along their journey. Imagine how difficult it is when you hear, when you first hear that you have this challenge in your life and it's time to fight. They don't know where to turn. And you are there with all the answers. I cannot even begin to tell you how grateful I am to you for everything you're doing for these women, because it is super important to have. We need more people in the world like you, Kim. Can't we just clone you?
I wish.
I know, right?
Well, and I'm very fortunate because, I remember when Mike and I first started Hello Gorgeous, I just felt like it was fluff. I'm so sorry you have cancer.
Sure.
Let me paint your nails. Let me give you a facial. But it's so much more than that. It really is life changing because these women don't know what to do. And I'm so grateful that I get the opportunity to do that every single day. I'm so grateful and these women have changed me more than I could have ever changed them. But getting back to the product, it's people like you that have come on board with me that allow my job to be easier, because then I don't have to keep going after and, peddling, get a new skincare line. And is it going to be safe? And I need to test it out first before I did that.
Right.
You don't understand what that means to me, the confidence that I have in your product, that I know, because as I said at the beginning of this, a woman with cancer, her skin is sensitive. She has a compromised immune system. There are things you can't do on a woman with cancer that you could do on a normal client that walks into your salon. And so the confidence that I have in your product, that I'm able to just go grab it and not even question what it's going to do to her skin, which is why KPS is that's our skincare of choice. That's the only product that we use in all of our Hello Gorgeous, in salons. When we do anything in Kim's Closet, KPS is the product that we go to. That's our product of choice for our skincare. And we're so grateful for the partnership. And we're so grateful that this is something that we get to be a part of with you, and that we get to help spread the word, and we get to say, and because I believe in it, I tell you this all the time. I've used your product for 6 years and I get compliments on my makeup all the time. And I tell people it's not my makeup, it's my skincare. It really is because of what I put on under my makeup that makes my makeup look so good. And so, but I think about that, how good I feel in a normal stance, right? Then you get these women who are in a completely abnormal area of their life right now. And what that does for them is absolutely amazing.
Well, it's wonderful that you've had the opportunity to use this product on hundreds, if not thousands, women by now. And that it is definitely, like you just said, exactly what you just said. You don't have to worry about it because it's food grade, it's organic, and it's nourishing these women's bodies, which is exactly what they need because they're so depleted from everything else. So I love that, together we can change lives and put a smile on these faces and help them to, like we always say, when you feel better, you heal better. I mean, I just think that's the way it is.
Well, and I think too, the importance, like what you'd said with Tiffany, right? Just even being able to have that. And she was able then to go and participate in her normal everyday life, whatever that looked like. And, that's the biggest thing that I realized. And so that's what's so important for me with this is we need these women. We need them to actively participate as moms. We need them to actively participate in their job, whatever that is. We need them to actively participate as sisters and aunts, and so I'm so grateful to be able to have this partnership and to know, like I said, the confidence in your product that I don't have to think about it, that I'm able just to be able to get it. And the results, like you said, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times, it's always been the same. It's been a constant that their skin always looks better. They love it. It's nourished, it's hydrated, and we are able to send them home with product that they get to continue to use. And so I'm grateful for this partnership. I'm grateful that you are the only skincare line. You are that skincare line for Hello Gorgeous, and that's the only one that we use.
Well, when I found out what you were using before we came along, I was like, okay, we can have this. These women need immediate results and they need something nourishing. So
That's right.
I just love that we can do this for you. It is such a pleasure working with you. And we are so grateful for your endorsement. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot to us, truly.
Well, it means a lot to me for everything that you do for me. And like I said, it makes me proud to be able to say that this is my friend. And this is an amazing product, and I'm grateful to be able to gift it. So tell people where they can find out more about KPS.
Okay, kpsessentials.com. KPS is also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as KPS Essentials.
Awesome. And if they have any questions, can they reach out? What email can they reach you at?
They can info@KPS Essentials, or they can, if they want to hit me up directly, it's Natalie@KPS Essentials. And then we also are going to offer these women that are, battling cancer, the HG20 for a Hello Gorgeous 20% off our products.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you. Well, I know they love the product, so I appreciate you extending that to them. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. I look forward to many more years with you and as partners and collaborators and friends. And so thank you for joining me today so that we could share our wonderful news about our endorsement of you and the partnership that we have together. So thank you for that.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.
Bye.